Hi, everybody, and welcome back for another week. Welcome back for a September-like week ahead. In fact, as coincidence will have it, and I'm sure the forecast will change, 4 days in a row. Same temperature, high and low across the board each and every day, and it's all very comfortable air. Canadian air seeping into the Kentucky and eastern Kentucky and viewing areas. It's going to mean just a beautiful work week ahead, and it's going to continue to be so right around to the time the weekend rolls around, and then nothing with the likes of what we just got through, but a chance of showers and thunderstorms will arrive then. What a day yesterday was. Now, I know locally it was quite active. I myself was traveling back from the Somerset area and was trying to stay just behind one cell after another. Every county that we crossed into would have a respective tornado warning just a few moments before we were trying to arrive in that area. It was a very busy day. Fortunately, no serious damages, no injuries associated with yesterday's storm systems. And what was believed to have at first been a very busy day weather-wise, and one that really, given the makeup of things, should have produced some tornadoes. At first, we thought not to have, but we have received word from the National Weather Service just earlier this afternoon that a tornado was confirmed to have taken place. Now, it's said to be an EF1 tornado near the Harlan-Leslie County line. Now, there were some trees that were damaged and destroyed, but no homes, no other property damage. But a confirmed tornado nonetheless in that area. And it was just one of those days. And yes, hail the size of golf balls, and some pictures even saying closer to baseball size hail in Clay County and elsewhere associated with those storms and those supercells that were just really putting down a punch and a very serious threat to a lot of Kentucky. But fortunately, once again, it really worked out for the best, and no injuries that I know of at all in Kentucky, mind you, and no really widespread property damage. So now it's on to the aftermath, which is really nice. Calm, clear, cool. In fact, if you take a look and take account the forecast for the rest of this week and the rest of this month of July, which ends on Thursday, we will roughly have spent 1/3 of this entire month with daytime highs in the 70s. Close to it enough to at least say that, nevertheless. We'll talk about 4 days in a row, which actually now be closer to the 80-degree mark, but nevertheless, the forecast is just one that I'm really going to be pleased to bring you before the program is over. We've got some cool air, calm conditions, and then we'll start to get into, it's going to be slight, though, a chance of showers and thunderstorms by the week's end and into your weekend. That pretty much sums it up as far as the weather forecast is concerned. Don't want to make light of all the events yesterday, but like I said, when it was all said and done, everyone fared very well for the most part. Central Kentucky and parts of Fayette County actually were the hardest hit, and that's a little unusual, but they did see straight line winds in that area to the tune of close to 100 miles per hour. Once again, no injuries from what I am told. Local headlines tonight include indictments returned by a City of Montgomery County grand jury last week. Also, the Sheriff's Department confiscates pounds of marijuana during a traffic stop over the weekend. And a man with what appears to be, still working out the details, several recent addresses, one being a Saggersville address, turns himself in on 25 counts of sexual-related charges. And I'll have that in more detail in just a few moments as well. A whole lot happening on our calendar and much more this evening. Speaking of what's happening, well, we don't know exactly where. We could probably maybe have a guess or two, but we do know for sure that Allison Grimes' campaign manager has confirmed that former President Bill Clinton is going to be campaigning for her stuffing at a rally in eastern Kentucky sometime next month. We know it is to be on August the 6th, the location and time of which has not been officially released by the campaign. Details, they say, are forthcoming very soon, but this is going to be his second visit to Kentucky in support of Grimes, who, of course, is running a race to unseat, as the entire world knows, Republican Mitch McConnell. A couple of names of cities mentioned, Hazard area, maybe a couple of others, some possibilities at this time, but as soon as they make that announcement officially, we'll be sure and let you know. Montgomery County Fiscal Court has set a meeting for tomorrow. It's 4 o'clock. It's a special meeting. We'll have a camera there and a report to follow. They'll be opening up generator bids. Those are emergency generators, which have been awarded through some grant funds to certain areas of Montgomery County. I've covered that in part before. We'll have an update, also a recycling grant, and some other financial business to be discussed in that special session, once again, tomorrow at 4 p.m. I've got my top headlines coming up right after these words.
It's definitely the chili.
that homemade, from scratch, hot dog chili smothering every inch of our famous footlong that makes it a one-of-a-kind taste. The only thing that can make it better is to get one for only $2.49 on Mondays and just $1.99 after 4 o'clock. Get our famous footlong with homemade chili any day of the week and get one for cheap on Mondays, only at your Sayersville Lee's. For a great deal on some even better home cooking at your Sayersville Lee's famous recipe, where we started the under $5 daily special. On Tuesdays, get our famous 3-piece strip meal with your choice of 2 homemade sides and a biscuit for just $4.39, $3.89 after 4 o'clock. At Lee's, where we cater gatherings big or small. Regardless of where you want to ride, you can be riding on a brand new Kawasaki or Polaris for less at M&M Power Sports in Staffordsville. New Kawasaki's for the dirt, the street, or both, and ATVs and side-by-sides for every stage of enthusiasts to fish, hunt, haul, or play. And with rebates up to $1,300 and financing as low as 3.99%, it's never been easier to ride it, buy it, and start your next adventure at Kentucky's Power Sports Authority since 1964, M&M Power Sports. It's back, and it's the only place in Sayersville you're going to get the real flavor of 100% beef seared into every char-broiled bite, a taste that you can only get from a flame. Char-broiled burgers are back, and you can get them open till close every day at your Sayersville DQ, where breakfast is served hot Monday through Thursday till 11 and till noon, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you know what else is back? The Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Pie Blizzard of the Month. Get them while they're hot and cold at your Sayersville DQ.
Remember when they invented the peanut butter cup? Bringing peanut butter and chocolate together. Pure genius. Well, the Sonom Enduro has done the same thing for wireless. Right now at Appalachian Wireless, you'll find the tough, dependable Sonom Enduro. This flip phone is great for the job or weekend warrior, but you can also access the internet and take great pictures with a 2-megapixel camera. Get it now, the best of both worlds, just like the peanut butter cup. Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
Have you ever noticed how many insurance commercials and advertisements are on television nowadays? You can't watch your favorite program without seeing a little pig or green lizard trying to sell you insurance and get your money for their premiums. But let me ask you this. If you have been in a serious wreck, do you really think that you are in good hands of the insurance companies when you have lost wages, medical bills, and pain and suffering from your head to your toes? The answer is no. If you want to truly be in good hands, give me a call. I'm attorney Donald Wayne McFarland. Let me put my 20 years of experience in working to protect the rights of injured people to work for you. 349-9000.
You can be playing, relaxing, and enjoying your brand new lifestyle in just days with one call to Baker's Pool Supply. Over 38 years of professional installation at affordable prices on above-ground and in-ground swimming pools. Or if you're ready to open your pool for the season, you need a new liner, a solar cover, some parts, or the best in BioGuard chemicals or salts, Baker's is your full-service answer, serving all of Kentucky and surrounding states with complete satisfaction. And they offer financing. 800-633-7102 or bakerspoolsupply.com. Get ready and get set to go to the 11th Annual Magoffin County Community Day celebration, Saturday the 16th at the Rainey Park in Sayersville. It's the only place to be to see Larry Sparks and the Lonesome Ramblers and be among the very first to get his new CD marking 50 years in bluegrass. Plus, Blue Highway, Mountain Heart, Atkinson Loudermilk, Turning Ground, Hidden Steel, Black Powder Express, and the Dixie Bridge Band in the Bridge's final performance ever, all for only $10, plus chances to win cash, prizes, even a car, and some of the best food you could feast on. So get your tickets now at either location of the Sayersville National Bank and get your blanket or lawn chair, your friends and family to Community Day 2014.
I guess she always knew.
It looks as though a little more than 2 pounds of marijuana were confiscated by local law enforcement authorities over the course of the weekend. Sheriff Carson Montgomery tells me that a traffic stop netted at least 2 pounds of the illegal weed as it was being transported through Magoffin County and believed for sale to individuals elsewhere. But that transaction didn't take place because Chester and Elizabeth Ayers of Pike County were stopped as they were traveling through Magoffin and encountered an established traffic safety checkpoint on the Mountain Parkway.
Well, subjects pulled up to the checkpoint. Deputy Peace smelled the strong odor of marijuana in the car. They were put on the side. The female driver was later arrested for driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol by the Kentucky State Police. The passenger, a Chester Ayers, was arrested. At a later point, we found 2 pounds of marijuana in his possession.
The discovery began after they started to question the individuals and asked Mr. Ayers to get out of the passenger side. It was then that a separate bag of marijuana fell out, apparently from maybe in his lap and onto the ground. They asked for consent to search the vehicle, and he immediately copped to having 2 pounds of marijuana with him. It was said to have been being transported through Magoffin County and to elsewhere, but once again, that rendezvous didn't happen. And just as I was about to exit the sheriff's office, another man entered the department saying that he was there to turn himself in on several warrants, most of which, not all, but most of which, included several counts, and I believe a total of 25 counts of possession of sexual matter portraying a child in a sexual performance. A man by the name of Ronald J. Vyers entered the sheriff's department saying that he wished to turn himself in. Unbeknownst to the sheriff's department at the time, he had several warrants for his arrest. Now, Vyers has a Salyersville address. He had a South Carolina driver's license. He also had charges stemming from other counties, including Montgomery. In Montgomery County, 25 counts of possession of child pornography. He also had other charges from a separate county, including theft of a stolen credit card, fraudulent use of a credit card, and theft by deception, that being cold checks. The sheriff's department was still processing him upon my coming to the newsroom to prepare the program for this evening, and he was being transported to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. Now, the basis for the arrest warrants we're still trying to track down in Montgomery County and the other warrants as well. All we can tell you is that he was incarcerated at the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center on those charges, 25 counts of child pornography, the before-mentioned theft and fraud charges as well, which appear to be 2 unrelated cases as they pertain to 2 separate counties. Also, his exact address and other information, which is still conflicting to say the least at this time, is yet to be determined. I'll have a follow-up on tomorrow's program. For now, let's find out what's happening. A new week, a brand new community calendar that says there is indeed a lot happening. Calendar announcements are free. That includes birthdays and anniversaries. I believe at least one of each we have tonight. All, of course, brought to you by Magoffin Farm Bureau. And the first one says, a happy 28th birthday to Daryl Williams. Love your wife, Jillian, and your baby girls, Mackenzie, Jerica, and a host of family and friends. His birthday is today. A happy 28th to Daryl Williams. And more birthdays this Monday. This one says, I want to wish a very happy birthday to Dwayne Francis, a.k.a. Manson. Dwayne Francis, happy birthday to you. We've got more special announcements, and as I quickly shuffle to find it, I've got a happy 2nd anniversary on this Monday the 28th to J.K. and Carrie Keaton. Love Kylie, Jeanette, family and friends, happy anniversary. This just in, the Sagersville Waterworks regular meeting that was set for tomorrow morning at 10 has been rescheduled. The meeting date now set for August the 8th, 1 o'clock. Friday, August the 8th at 1. This comes from Sagersville Waterworks Board of Commissioners and Superintendent Sean Rowe. And a reminder, school starts on the 8th of August. And at the Magoffin County High School upper class, that's grades 10, 11, and 12, you can pick up your schedules this Wednesday and Thursday, 9 to 3 in the high school office. And another reminder for the freshmen coming in, that orientation will be Tuesday the 5th, 6 o'clock in the high school gymnasium. Schedules this Wednesday and Thursday for upperclassmen, freshman orientation Tuesday the 5th. And I've got a couple of big announcements for some yard sales and some local churches. The Community Free Will Baptist Church in Route 40, 2 miles or so out of Sagersville, Eastward is having a big yard and bake sale this Friday and Saturday. You can eat, you can shop, you can find all sorts of great things at the Community Free Will Baptist Church. It's a couple of miles out of Sagersville on Route 40 for their big yard and bake sale Friday and Saturday. And from the Elk Creek Free Will Baptist Church, they're hosting a community yard sale Friday and Saturday. Anyone who wants to come up and set up in front of their new sanctuary on Elk Creek is invited to do so. All you have to do is merely donate a mere 10% of your sales to the church building fund. They'll give you the venue and, of course, a lot of traffic in there. Everyone is welcome. That's buyers and sellers. They're also going to have concessions so you can eat too. So if you want to find out more, you can contact those at the Elk Creek Free Will Baptist Church or just be there. And for a small donation, you can be a part of their community yard sale Friday and Saturday. And some students are having a car wash. Man, I haven't washed a car in so long. Well, who has a chance? This weekend might be a good time. The Pierrest Student Council is having a fundraiser at the Sayersville Dairy Queen. They're having a car wash starting at 10 o'clock that morning. It's free, but obviously all donations are greatly appreciated. And if you've ever done a car wash, you know what goes into it. And if you haven't, be sure and make sure that you donate nicely to these folks who are trying to raise some funds. The Pierrest Student Council this Saturday at your Sagersville Dairy Queen. Sagersville Grade School has their back to school day set for Thursday the 7th, noon till 6. They also just forwarded me an announcement saying that their site-based council meets the second Tuesday of every month at 4 o'clock in the Sagersville Grade School, and everyone is invited to attend those meetings. And I've got plenty of time to remind you, but just so you know, the Elk Creek Free Will Baptist Church has planned their second annual summer bass fishing tournament Saturday, August the 9th. Top prize is still $1,000. You can register the morning thereof or call the numbers on the bottom of your screen. Now here are tonight's funeral service listings, brought to you by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. One, all of which from the Magoffin County Funeral Home Chapel.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new Magoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400. Superior selection and superior service is what you'll find at Hutch, along with the best price on that new Silverado, Sierra, Tahoe, Yukon, Enclave, Terrain, Regal, Camaro, and all other new Chevys, GMCs, and Buicks. Drive your trade-in on over or check out HutchChevrolet.com. And coming soon, Hutch Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Isn't it time to buy Hutch? Get ready, baby, or get baby ready with a simply adorable selection at the seasonal shop with bibs and blankets and bags, onesies and jammies, the cutest of outfits and matching accessories for Thing 1, Thing 2, or Thing 3. Hooded bath towels by Zucchini, bubble bath paints, blocks, bears, puzzles, picture frames, and shelves and shelves and shelves more. Find an absolutely perfect gift for the most precious of gifts at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Salyersville. Save big at Premier Auto, an 02 Hyundai Sonata, only $37.50. An 07 Pontiac G5, only $39.50. And an 09 Buick LaCrosse, just $99.50. An 06 Rhino, only 1,200 miles, just $69.50. And 100 miles per gallon, no driver's license, and no insurance needed. New scooters cut $500 to just $9.95 at Premier Auto in Paintsville. Frito Rocks is more than just gravel. They've got mulch in red, brown, and black, river rock in 4 different sizes, new rainbow rock for an entirely new landscape feature, metal and double wall plastic pipe, masonry sand, and rock, every size from DGA to 57s to class 2 and 3. And they have delivery and excavation and dozer services.
And special hours Monday through Friday, 4:30 till 9 p.m. and Saturdays 9 till 4. For orders, call Frito Rocks on Route 7 at 496-7776. Wheel alignments, oil changes, brakes, suspension work, and tires. Thousands of tires by all the major manufacturers, all in stock and at incomparable prices. All backed with 33 years of service and experience, the area's largest tire selection, and 6 months no interest at Conley's in Paintsville. Hey everybody, join us at Sayersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center in wishing your family and ours a very happy birthday this month of July.
The sitting Montgomery County Grand Jury returned several indictments last week. 3 we have for you this evening. 2 as they relate to charges that stem from an alleged beating of another man at the lower end of Sayersville, and the other from a foot pursuit. It's tied to a report that I also aired for you some time ago. The Big Sandy Regional Detention Center's website through jailtracker.com was not functioning a few moments ago and down for repairs, so all I have is the information in front of you to go on. Copies of indictment warrants which were returned by the current sitting Montgomery County Grand Jury. 1 relates to charges levied against Jordan Taylor of Printer, Kentucky. This goes back to a case around April the 16th of 2014. You may remember my covering the incident. A vehicle was stopped off of 114 very early one morning, close to 5 o'clock in the morning, and a resident in the area saw someone acting in a suspicious nature or in a suspicious location and called authorities on that morning. Turns out they were out of gas, but upon approaching personnel of law enforcement, one of the individuals took off and ran, and that was Jordan Taylor. And as a result of that, when he tried to elude police on foot, that being responding police officer from Sayersville, Mike Nichols, Nichols was injured in that foot pursuit and had to be taken to the hospital by ambulance. As a result of those injuries and that incident, Jordan Taylor was indicted on a charge of fleeing and evading police on foot in the first degree. Nichols is also the officer related to the case of 2 individuals who were indicted on an alleged beating case. Indictment warrants were returned against a Steve Gibson of Sayersville as well as a Jeffrey Marshall, both indicted on assault in the second degree, wanted endangerment in the first degree, 2 counts. The indictment reads that both were charged with the aforementioned charges after an assault on a named Roy Gibson. Gibson called authorities, or someone called on his behalf after he was found at the lower end of Sayersville bleeding and appearing to be the victim of some sort of a physical assault. Both individuals reportedly were named in that investigation and hence indicted by the sitting Montgomery County Grand Jury. The warrant actually details count 1 being assault in the second degree for physical injury done to another person, that being Roy Gibson. Count 2 was wanted endangerment in the first degree, this being a separate individual. Count 3, as it also pertains to the indictment, apparently pertains to a third individual identified only by initials in the indictment. And now it's time to talk about your Licking Valley RECC forecast, where we do have indeed some very uncharacteristic, well, unless you want to refer back to the past several weeks, because then it's not all that unnormal to have temperatures like what we're going to, because that's what we've been enjoying throughout the month of July. And we're going to start off August on still a cool note. And to say there's a common thread in your forecast is definitely an understatement. For now, I topped out at 74 degrees earlier today. 74 glorious, comfortable degrees on the 28th day of July. We're falling right now. We'll fall down to a low of 56. Clouds are still going to hang tough. A 20% chance of some showers before 11. They're light and really not even a factor in your forecast. A mere technicality, in my opinion, at this point. Tomorrow, 74 and 54. That's it, 74 and 54. We could see a few records fall for some folks if we get a degree or two below that 54-degree
mark tomorrow. It could happen. Otherwise, we'll see mostly sunny skies and only a few clouds above late on your Tuesday. Midweek, we see 79 degrees, a low of 56, more sunshine, more beautiful, calm, clear conditions that certainly look more like September than they do July and the 1st of August. Partly cloudy skies late on your Wednesday. And here's where we have a bit of a common thread in your forecast. I had to do a double take and a double check because I thought I had erred. Thursday, 80 for your high, 61 for your low, mostly sunny. 80 and 61. Remember that 80 and 61 because that's your daytime high, and it's going to change, but it is a little bit uncanny that right now we've got 80 and 61 for Thursday, for Friday, for Saturday, and for Sunday, each and every one of the 4 days. It'll change. It probably already has in the last update in the last few moments, but nevertheless, that's what renderings were indicating. Still sunshine above. Now, the closer we get to your weekend, we do see a threat of showers and thunderstorms. That small threat of 20% Friday. Saturday, a 40% threat of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, but it's not a great threat even at 40% right now, and certainly nothing like the makeup of what we just had to endure over the course of yesterday and throughout much of your weekend. Still holding to 80 degrees on your Sunday and 61. Monday of next week, we're looking at 82, mostly sunny, and still a slight threat of some showers and thunderstorms. There's just not much you can say about the forecast except that it's gorgeous. We're due, and it's just not where we should be this time of year, but how often ever are we? Very seldom. Thank you all for being a part of the program. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for more of Your News Today.